that, and things bail out, or whatever the word is, they bail on me and stuff like that. But guess who's there for me is my family. Like, a lot of people kind of question, like, why do I hang out with my family so much? Is because my family never betrayed me. They never left me in the dust. They never left me hanging and stuff like that. They were there for me without me even knowing it. I make plans with them and they stick to it. I'm going through it, they'll listen. It's not this whole, like, oh, it's whatever, get over it and stuff like that. There's a difference between hearing out and listening. And family is really good at listening. You might fight with. Today we're going to talk about beef with friends. We all had it. We all had that one fight. I'm just joking with you guys. I'm done with the friends segment. This month we're going to talk about family. Family is a big deal. You can either have a really close relationship with your family and stuff like that, like get along, you guys do everything together and stuff like that. Family's everything for you. Or the sad part is, or it can be the total opposite. You can have it where you don't even want to talk to your parents when you grow up. You move out at 18, you do your own thing. You don't even talk to your siblings anymore. You get married to, your significant other, and then you close those doors, and that happens to a lot. With family, you're gonna have you kind of have a lot of childhood trauma, but you can also have really good memories. Especially with like holidays and stuff like that. Big thing, and it used to be in my childhood, is family dinners. That used to be very special and stuff like that. But sad part is about family dinners is they go away when you get older. Literally everybody starts getting jobs. When you're in high school, you work closing shifts, so you're never home for dinner. So it's like, what's the point of eating as a family? That happens a lot too, or other stuff happens. Sad part is too, you watch a lot of TV shows and stuff like that, and you see these say called perfect families and stuff like that, like the Brady Bunch and Full House, and you just see this happily family, and you know what I mean. But at the same time, look in Full House, so DJ and Stephanie are going at each other's throats most of the episodes. These are sisters. That's what siblings do. Same thing with Disney Channel, the one sibling sabotages the other and stuff like that. You see that family, so in real life, no family is perfect. Like, you see family photos all the time, you see them in matching PJs and all this, but at the same time is like, what's really going behind closed doors? You guys don't know. I think it's even crazier though, is because when you're a kid, you look up to your parents. Like, let's say the age of 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? Like, you look up to your parents as you want to be them and stuff like that. And you try to do everything that they do and stuff like that. And later on in life, you do pick up their traits. It's crazy in how you pick up their personalities, especially like the things that you do and the things that you say, and you're like, oh shoot, I get that from my parents. Like, I remember I used to be very stubborn and hold grudges and stuff like that, because that's how my dad was. But at the same time, now that I got closer to Christianity, it's more as like, is really holding a grudge even like, you're what's the point in holding a grudge? You're letting someone live in your head rent free. And I get it, like, sorry I'm going on this little tangent. Like, I get it, like, being mad at that person, like, you shouldn't just, like, I mean, you should forgive the person that they did, but as I always say it in a lot of videos, you isolate yourself from that person. The whole, like, I'm gonna get revenge and stuff like that, bro, that stuff's stupid. I've never been a revenge type person. I am kind of glad about that. My dad's not like that either. He's stubborn and stuff like that. But that's just him. And I picked up that trait a little bit in high school and stuff like that, but now it's kind of like, alright, bro, it's whatever. You don't want to talk to me, you don't want to. I'm not gonna, whatever, hold it against you. I'm just not gonna talk to you. Um, but no, another thing is though too, like I said about the whole like when you're a kid, you want to be just like your parents. Anything that they do, you want to do. You want that. You want to be just like them. That's your role model. It's crazy though. Then you roll around middle school. That's the time where you become very close to your friends. Your friends become like your other siblings and stuff like that. And you're going through a rough time and stuff like that, and you're going through puberty, going through all this stuff, and you're gonna act like your parents don't care. You're gonna act like your parents don't understand and stuff like that, but truthfully they do because they were there in your shoes at one point. And you're gonna hold that against them and all that. Roll around high school, you just kind of, I feel like in a way you kind of had that bondage again with your family because I remember having that. I remember entering high school and hearing about drugs and hearing about alcohol at a young age and stuff like that. I'm just like asking my dad about it. I'm like, yeah, no, so and so like started smoking and stuff like that, and my dad is a really good person giving advice and stuff like that, and he just said if it's not for you, it's not for you. And like I said, entering high school is pretty scary and stuff like that. So it's like I feel like you should have that bondage with your family because don't forget they once enter high school too. And that again though you also got to think about your parents was once children too. Um and being in a family and stuff like that, and it is really cool to have your siblings with you in school, especially feeling like you're not alone and stuff like that. I don't know. Like I said, it's just crazy in how you pick up traits and personalities from other family members too, like grandparents, aunts, and uncles. It's crazy. Me and my sister talk about this a lot. I was asking, I'm like, oh, who so and so? Like, who are you, Mar? Like, and then like I'm like my mom and dad and stuff like that. And I'm like my grandpa, and then my sister's kind of like my grandma and my other grandpa and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool that you just pick up traits without you even knowing it. No, another sad thing though is about growing up with a family and stuff like that is missing those memories. Like movie nights, game nights, family vacations. Like I remember when I was little, my family we always went camping and stuff like that. And then it rolled around I think 5 years straight, and we ended it. And it's like blinking an eye, and you're just like that one year you're like, oh, we're not going camping this summer, and then it turns to next summer, and without you even knowing it, you don't even realize that you guys stopped, and you're like, it's been 5 years since we did that. Like I remember we used to do that. I remember we used to, all me and my siblings used to go up into one of our bedrooms and stuff like that and watch a movie and stuff like that. Those movie nights. And then technology changed everything for my family, especially. Once everyone got an iPad, we all distanced from each other. Especially when we all got our own rooms and stuff like that, we all distanced from each other. But again, that's the point of growing up and stuff like that. But what I really do find cool is when people be telling me that they have this large family and stuff like that, and I'd be like, oh, did it suck having it and stuff like that? Because I had a lot of fights with my siblings, and we were even in school together and stuff like that, and we talked here and there and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, but we never we hung out with different people because that's how it was. But I remember I asked this one person that came from a big family. I'm like, oh, did it suck? Being such in a big family, stuff like that, never having your own personal space. And they said, no, not really, because then you always have a friend by your side. I never thought about it like that, and it is kind of true though. When your friends can't hang out or you're struggling in life and stuff like that, like family's the people you go to. No diss on my friends and stuff like that, but I get frustrated at them and stuff like that, and especially making plans with them and stuff like that, and things bail out, or whatever the word is. They bail on me and stuff like that. But guess who's there for me is my family. Like, a lot of people kind of question, like, why do I hang out with my family so much? Is because my family never betrayed me. They never left me in the dust. They never left me hanging and stuff like that. They were there for me without me even knowing it. I make plans with them and they stick to it. I'm going through it, they'll listen. It's not this whole, like, oh, it's whatever, get over it and stuff like that. There's a difference between hearing out and listening. And family's really good at listening. You might fight with family, of course. But again, that's a relationship in general. Again, there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. If there is, something's going on in that relationship. Something's fake about it. What I really like about my family is that we're real. We keep it real. We say how it is. But the thing is, yes, we are stubborn, but we're also there for each other. Very loyal. That's what I really like about a trait I got from my family's loyalty. No, don't get me wrong. Like I said, no family's perfect. I grew up on having divorced parents, so I went house to house. My mom's house was very different from my dad's house, especially growing up. At my mom's house, I had, when I was like young, when this first happened and stuff like that. Or I'm sorry, basically, family history or whatever. It was my mom, dad, sister, and me and stuff like that. And then my parents got divorced and stuff like that. They moved houses and stuff. And my mom settled down with this one guy, and my dad settled down with this one woman. Well, at my mom's house, the guy that she settled down with didn't have any kids and stuff like that. So we went over there and stuff like that. Me and my sister had our own bedrooms and stuff like that. And that was, everything was a big change at the time and stuff like that. But again, I was also really young at the time, so it was like kind of divorce didn't affect me as much as it did to her, just because she was older. But yeah, like I said, so I had that at my mom's house. My dad's house is very different. It was a mixed family. The woman my dad married or whatever had 2 other siblings. And that was a big change and stuff like that. I had to share a room with her son, and my sister had to share a room with her daughter. And combining families can be a very challenging thing and stuff like that. It's crazy when we're kids and stuff like that. We had a lot of good memories. We all hung out at times and stuff like that. We all played games, but at the same time, we used to fight a lot too. So it wasn't all fun and games and stuff like that. It was there was a lot fights going on and stuff like that. And it's, again, you rolled around middle school, you started becoming closer with your friends, like I just said, and then you just turn to never be home and stuff like that. So in a way, all those fights that you used to have with your siblings and stuff like that, in a way, kind of all goes away when you get older. And then I remember in high school, we kind of all stopped fighting. We all kind of just isolated, sat in our rooms, or we were just never home. So, and then it's like, then you get older, and then you start having family of your own, and then you invite them over for family events and stuff like that. It's stuff like that. And like I said, it wasn't, families aren't going to be all perfect. There is going to be a lot of fights and stuff like that. And a lot of family drama and stuff like that. But you're also going to have that close relationship with some family members. Like I said, my grandpa was my first ever best friend. And he taught me about being giving and being kind and stuff like that. And my dad taught me loyalty and to be there for others. My mom taught me how to care for others. Like, it's crazy on what your family members can teach you when you get older, especially. Here's the really cool part, though, about growing up, is family things. You start realizing, like, you're growing up. You're going to have a family of your own and stuff like that. and all those traits, all those good times you had growing up and stuff like that, you're gonna realize you're gonna be like, yo, like I want to do that on my family. I want to have movie nights. Okay, every Friday night we're gonna have a movie night. Okay, I really liked game nights. Every Saturday night we're gonna have a game night. But you also gotta realize though, when those kids do get older, that stuff does go away. But you try to make the memories last while they can. Again, like I said in recent videos, you can't plan everything though. Vacations too, those are always fun, and most of the time when I was a kid, I took those for granted. I do regret on the vacations I did take for granted. Um, Cause man, I really wish I like maybe took photos or something like that. But it is what it is. Learn from your mistakes. What was oh, the other thing too. This is a big deal. So the traits that you do pick up from your family, or the things that your family did in your past, that you don't like, you can change that. If you say with drinking and family and stuff like that, your family members are drinkers and stuff like that, and you didn't like that growing up, don't do that to your kids in the future. Don't be like that. If you had such a childhood trauma growing up, do the opposite. Um, I really do want to like kind of push more Christianity with my kids and stuff like that. Them not just hearing about praying and not just hearing about God, but actually like listening and paying attention. I want to do that when I'm older. I want to do family vacations and stuff like that. Game nights, like I just said, family dinners especially. Like, kind of do miss those nights. Everybody sitting at the family dinner and us talking about our days and stuff like that. And it's funny to change the subject. I was always the last one eating at the table because I was always the one talking. Yeah, surprise. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this pod. Many more to come. So just keep on carrying on. Tell your family you love them. Families. In the end of it, family is all you got. But I'll see you guys later.